ready whenever you are.
All right. All right, Lydia, I'll start off with today. What a nice way to finish off the season. Take me through your final day of 2021.
Yeah, going into today, I think I was a little frustrated over yesterday. I had been hitting the ball so well the last few weeks, and I was like, man, I hit some of these shots I was like maybe a 20 handicapper wouldn't even hit. So I wasn't happy with just how I'd set up myself for the last day of the season. I hit the ball really well today again, and then I just couldn't get putts to fall. But I got a few to fall over my back nine, and obviously making the birdie, the eagle on 17 was extra nice. But yeah, nice to finish the season on a high. This has been probably one of my best seasons in consistency. So to finish like this with my family and friends here, it's a good way to top off 2021.
I was going to say, how satisfied do you feel, being able to end on a high note and after the consistency that you've shown all season?
Yeah, I just, like yesterday in the evening, I was like, I just really, really, really want to play well tomorrow. My mom's like, why do you want to play, like, really well tomorrow? And I was like, I don't know, I just want to finish the season off on a high. You want to finish every tournament on a high, but this being the last one, there is no redemption, there is no next event. So, yeah, I just wanted to play well, and I think that's why over this weekend I got a little bit more frustrated over mistakes that maybe at times I would just normally go, oh, it's okay. But especially with the Vare Trophy, I think being at the back of my mind, I think I just really wanted to top it off, and to be able to have done that, I think is there's no better way to finish this year.
Lydia, talking about the Vare Trophy for a second, early in your career, you won a lot of awards and events. How special is this, given where you have been now throughout the trajectory of your career?
It's really special because obviously it sums up the whole season. All the other things do too, but at the end of the day, golf is about how consistently well you can play and what kind of low score you can shoot, and the Vare Trophy obviously exemplifies that. And I think I've only been close that 1 year that I just missed out on the trophy, and I didn't even know that I was close this year until news came out, and I realized a couple months ago. So last week wasn't really on my schedule, but ended up being worth it because finishing tied second and to have won it, is special. I feel like it just makes a good year like even better.
Well, and you say a good year even better. You played so well as a teenager and then early on, and then you had a little down period. A lot of people never come back from that. How satisfying is it to see you back on this upward trajectory in your career?
It's great. I think last year when we had that 6 months off, it was probably some of the most important time in my career. We always say off-season's short, and it really is. It's only a couple months, and then the first event is around the corner. So, having that 6 months, I think I was able to really assess where I was at, and that was not only in the technical standpoint, but where I was mentally as well. And, just to kind of see the time that I put in the gym or the time that I put with Sean or other things like that to kind of pay off. When you do all those things and it doesn't work, even though you try to be patient, sometimes it's hard to be patient when things just don't go your way, but to have that momentum shifted, I think it just helped a lot with the confidence. And I think Hawaii was really a huge turnaround for me, and I think just where I started believing in myself, and obviously that's such an important aspect when you're out there playing.
So you're not necessarily pro-pandemic, but you are pro-break. Is that right?
Yeah, pro-break. I normally take a whole month off. This year I'm going to plan my off-season a little bit differently, but I think no matter how well you're playing or how, even if you don't have a good year, I think it is good to have that time just to relax and not think about, do I have to wake up at 7 in the morning and make sure I putt for 50 minutes and do all that. And I think it all piles up. And I think sometimes those breaks are just good to get that you mentally prepared and, go back to zero, and just kind of start new. Every season's a new chapter in the book. And, I think the break was a whole new chapter itself for me.
At 24, you're still painfully young, but you've been out here for 9 years now.
This is my eighth, yeah.
8 years, so it'll be start of your 9 year. That's the point at which it starts to be a grind. Do you feel at times that golf is a grind for you?
I think a couple years ago I really needed to take some time off, so I took a longer off season than I normally did, and that's where I went to winter. Like I went to the college that I go to, Korea University, and then I took winter classes so that my mind was set on something else and focused on something else, and I think that really helped because I was just excited to come and practice again. And this is work, but at the same time you don't want it to feel like work, and I think it would be a lie to say no. It's a great day at the office every day. Sometimes, me too. I don't want to come out and practice, but I think all those hours add up, and that necessarily might not mean like right there and now, but I feel like they're gonna pay off, and I think that's why being patient and having the right team around you to help you work through all those processes is super important.
Do you still love golf?
I love golf. Yeah, I love golf. Sometimes I'm like, do you love me back? Derek sings a song. I think it's a very famous line. I want to kiss you all over again and again. And then sometimes when I'm not making putts, he'll get my putter and go, I want to kiss you all over again and again. And I'm like, please work, please. I'm singing to you. But no, I think the beauty about golf is that day to day, you feel the same, but the results may not be the same, or you feel different and the results may be the same. Who knows? I love the challenge of it, and I think that's why no matter what ranked player you are, you're just striving to become better and better, because the level of play out here on the LPGA and just in women's golf is very impressive. So I think you're just trying to follow the trend and just enjoy it. And if you're spending 6-7 hours on the golf course, you might as well have fun while you're at it.
Now, speaking of the off season, you have historically gone to Korea right after this event. You told me earlier in the week you're going to stay in Florida this year. How long will you shut it down? Just completely shut golf out?
Yeah, this year's going to be a little different. I normally take a whole month off or 4 weeks off where don't touch the clubs. They stay in the closet. This year I'm going to take a week off during Thanksgiving and then practice for a couple weeks, and then have another holiday for 10 days and then come back and practice for another 3 weeks. You think, oh man, January 17th week, that seems like a long way out, but soon it's Christmas and then it's New Year's and then we're starting again out at Nona. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I haven't played the Tournament of Champions in a while, so I just kind of planned my off season a little bit differently this year.
And speaking of Thanksgiving, it rolls right into my question. What are you most thankful for?
I am thankful for my family and friends. A lot of them are here this week. My mom and sister, my boyfriend and friends, and my brother-in-law was here as well. I know that I wouldn't be in this position without them, and when I make a bogey and I get frustrated, they're in it with me. My dad also, from afar in Korea, not going to bed and watching TV at 2 a.m. and going, oh, I hope she plays well. I feel like they're invested in it as much as I am, and I think because of that, life on tour is easier and more fun, and it's always nice when you have a good day or a bad day, you're able to kind of have them, be there to support you and celebrate with you. And I think I am most grateful and thankful for my loved ones in my life.
Nice way to finish. We're all good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you. No wonder I miss my